All right, we're gonna do it once more. And this time, no mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
But now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight.
So say good morning!
Ah, good morning!
Good morning to you.
What could be grander than to be in Louisiana in the morning? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were still going.
Good afternoon and welcome to Good Morning 30A. I'm Julie Brown.
And I'm Red Vizard.
We are back at the Santa Rosa Beach and Golf Club today, back at our home territory.
Yeah, it feels good to be here.
Feels
Such
good
a
to be
view.
back.
It's terrible. You just can't come out
Yeah,
here.
even though it's freezing outside, it still is beautiful to look at.
It absolutely.
Our first guest today is Celeste Cobina, the soap peddler. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you do. These are absolutely beautiful, and obviously...
And they smell fantastic.
You make
if you had smell-o-vision, you'd know. It's really, really good.
How did you get into this, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, these are all handmade soaps, and I make my soaps in small batches. About 11 years ago, I always made my Christmas gifts. And I originally started out and for years had made handmade chocolates. And about 11 years ago in November, I said, you know, I really don't want to pack on those extra 10 pounds eating all the tasting and the testing and everything. And I said, I'm going to do something different.
Which has more wax?
This has
chocolate or the soap?
Which has more calories is the chocolate, but there's no wax in the soap. We can talk about how we do it.
You said that.
Anyway, so I said, well, I think I'll make soap. I'd had a book on the shelf. This was before the internet, and so I stirred up some soap, and it was fun. And all of a sudden, you know, I had in January. Tons of soap sitting around, so I started really getting into it and sort of fell into selling it up at the Peach Creek store. I don't know if anyone remembers that store. No, see, it's been... yeah. Well, anyway, and Gwen Baker was up there, had her bakery at the Peach Creek store, and I was in there one day talking to Marie, and I said, what are y'all going to do? They just opened. And she goes, well, we're going to see if people want to come in and sell things. And I said, well, you know what? I got a bunch of soap sitting around. Yeah. So I started there. Then it's just kind of really expanded, and now I'm a couple of places on 30A. We ship out various places.
And all natural ingredients, is that what you're dealing with?
My soap is as natural as you can get.
So even something like this, which is really kind of neat and different with the...
Right, and that particular soap has local honey in it and goat's milk. And it's really nice for your skin.
And less calories than chocolate.
Exactly.
It smells good enough to eat, actually.
And one of the things that I do is I name the soaps. Like this is June Allen Dewberry. We have Seagrove Sunset. And some of them actually have little stories on the back talking about our local area, because I've been here since '91 and I've been involved in some of the environmental issues. This one is actually called Wild Rosemary, which is the plant that grows around here, and when I label it,
in
it's
everybody's yard. And
right, yeah. This is because this is how the soap starts out as a log, because people are always curious, you know. And this is, I mix up my ingredients and pour it into a log, and then I slice it. I've got a slicer that we cut 12 bars at a time, and here's the naked soap. And then, yes,
finished product.
And then we dress it up. Yes.
What is the process time from start to finish?
It's you melt your oils. I have to make my sodium hydroxide solution, and so then there's some wait time. I stir it up, pour it in the molds. The next day, generally, it comes out of the mold. I'll cut it if I want to do cut bars, because there's I also sell whole logs.
You do?
Yes. And
so
one
a really dirty person.
and I am
lots of kids.
And Yeah, and most of my business is really wholesale. I try to be I'm a niche,
Yeah.
and I don't want to do a whole lot of selling. So one of the stores that sells my products is Patchouli's at Rosemary Beach, and those are my soap logs in there. And then they do some of the.
Then if I go into that store, will they cut it for me if I don't want to buy it? Okay, so that's
right. They cut it for you like this,
and then dress it.
Yeah, and they do their kind of wrapping on it. And also, some of the other stores along 30A that carry my soaps are Pickett's in Seagrove, and then For the Health of It down in Blue Mountain Beach. So that's where, if people are looking for it. And another thing I've been doing that's been a lot of fun is the Seaside Farmers Market. Yeah, and there's
very good segue.
Right, it's just so much fun. And there's a lot of local products there. We've got, local vegetables. There's a lady that brings local chicken and duck eggs. I'm addicted to duck eggs now.
They taste very different.
They have a richer, creamier taste. One thing that I found out was very interesting is they're a lot more nutritious than a chicken egg.
Oh, really?
They actually have like twice the vitamin B12 that you need for a day.
Interesting.
There's some folks that bring out fresh Jersey cow milk and butter, and they've been bringing some cheese. There's right now there's not a lot of vegetables because of the season, but there are some people bringing some fabulous greens out. So
it's growing each weekend, correct?
And when is it?
Of the months. It's every Saturday. We don't stop because the chickens and the cows don't stop, so we don't either. And so every Saturday from
we don't need you to produce this week. Okay,
we're gonna take the week off.
All right.
Every Saturday morning from 9 to 1 o'clock, and it's located behind the raw and juicy trailer there at Seaside.
Awesome.
And Seaside has actually fixed up the place because they've been very happy with us.
They fixed up the place. Like it looked bad for a while.
Well, they planted a few more trees. They've provided water and electricity for each vendor. So
it really is beautiful down there what they've done now.
Yeah. So it's but they've just recently done a little bit more work just to accommodate us, which is really nice.
So they're there every Saturday from 9 to 1.
Correct.
And we can find you there so long as it's not raining and cold.
Yeah, and I'll go down there if it's cold. And in fact, my business is the Soap Peddler, spelled Pedaleer, because I've always sort of ridden my bike a lot. And I've got a cargo bicycle that I carry all my stuff whenever I can.
Awesome.
Do my deliveries. I go to the farmer's market as much as I can with I can pack it up all on my bike and go down there.
Just a natural green kind of girl.
She's just doing it all,
Celeste. I try, yeah, for you.
Okay, so if we want to get in touch with you, whether to sell it, whether to buy your product and sell it, or just to buy your product, how do we do that?
Well, again, the best place to find my products are at Patchouli's in Rosemary Beach, For the Health of It in Blue Mountain Beach, and then Pickett's in Seagrove, or Saturdays at the farmer's market. I don't sell on the web because, again, I feel like you can only do so much. I do have a website that if you want to contact me, it's one that my husband has done, and it's kind of a joint website, and it's www.soapandsong.com.
Soapandsong.com. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, Celeste, thank you. This has been a wonderful experience, and we look forward to getting out to the farmers market and
you made it
talking
smell so good
and
in
it
here.
smells so delicious now.
Okay, great.
So you've been awesome. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, and thank you
so
for
much for
having
coming
me.
by.
And I did ride my bike today, so I'm going
I
to
saw
pack
it
up
parked out.
You do that.
Good for you.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with a couple more guests. We're going to have a great time. Thanks for watching Good Morning 30A.